Hi there. So the question of the day is how to make chords sound good. This question came to me last fall when I was working on my first online music course, which is a beginner guitar course, and I invited questions because I had not actually planned all the lessons and designed the course yet. And so one of the questions from one of the students was, how do you make chords sound good? And I just think that's a great question because it's a hard one to answer. And I enjoy a challenge, and I've just thought about it the whole time I was making that class, and now still thinking about, I mean, it's a really long answer. But today, we did talk about that quite a bit during the course, and I'm going to talk about some of the main ideas today, which can be helpful. It's a lot of things that you might not hear anywhere else. So one of the big things to remember is that when we first start learning to play guitar, we have to develop coordination and brain pathways in order to get our fingers to do exactly what they need to do. We also have to develop some strength sometimes, flexibility. All these things have to develop. And I think a big stumbling block for adult beginners and teens on the guitar is once you're a teen or an adult, there are so many things that you've learned to do just by somebody explaining it to you, and then you understand how to do it, and then you do it. But playing guitar chords is not that way. Now, I realize you may have a friend or a relative, like maybe you were learning together. This is kind of difficult when this happens. Like your cousin was sitting beside you, and somebody showed you how to make a G chord, and your cousin made the G chord, and it sounded good. And then you tried to make your G chord, and it sounded like that. Well, that doesn't mean that you can't do it. That just means your cousin got a little lucky. Some people, most people have to work at it longer than that. I would say when new students come to me, about 10% of the time, I can show them chord shapes, or they may have already looked at chord shapes online or in a book, and they can make them sound good without too much trouble. But that is rare. It doesn't happen most of the time. Most of the time there's something that has to be developed first. So first of all, know that you can develop the ability to make your chords sound good. The main thing is that I said in the beginner guitar class, there's 3 steps. I mean, there's more to it than this, but these are really important and often forgotten. Step 1, put fingers on frets. Step 2, squeeze. Step 3, make a sound. And step 4, repeat steps 1 through 3 about a kabillion times. And I used the word kabillion in another video, and somebody made a comment and said, how many is a kabillion? And I like that word because we don't know how many a kabillion is, but it sounds like a lot. And whenever we're learning to tell our fingers to do something on the guitar that is it's small, it's very specific, intricate, it requires coordination, it requires developing brain pathways. It takes a lot of times of doing it. So you got to do it a kabillion times. Let's see. Okay, now here's some other great tips that help a lot, and these are things that are easy to overlook. First of all, this shape of G is not a beginner chord. You should start with, you can always break it down to something easier. And one of the best ways to break it down is to play parts of chords. For example, if you've been working at this a while, you've learned this shape for a C chord. Well, you can also just play, if you're an absolute beginner, or this is great for young children, you can also see this C shape? I'm going to take away these 2 fingers and only keep this 1 finger. Second string, 1st fret. And then I'm just going to play 3 strings. that is also a C chord. And then, and if we were learning G, for example, you can just play this one note and strum 4 strings. That is also a G chord. And so by playing little pieces of the chord, a lot of good things are happening. You're developing some coordination. The best thing about playing just a little piece of a chord is when you're with other musicians, don't feel like you have to make the whole chord, and if my chord doesn't sound good, I can't join in and play along. If you have people to play music with, that is the best thing you can do, even if it may be discouraging, because, you know, it shows you what you want to do and where you need to develop. But the best thing is if you can participate in those chord changes. A lot of people are good at making their chords, but they don't know when to change. And when they ask, that's another good lesson I'm going to do, is how to know when to change chords. So the best way to learn that, and if you do what I'm about to tell you to do something, and if you do this, it will help you learn when to change chords, and it will help you get better at making your chords sound good. What you can do, say you're with friends playing music, and the song has, say it's Stand By Me, and they're playing a G and a E minor. Well, you can just play this one part of, this is a G note, by the way. You can just play the bass note, the lowest note in the chord. You could kind of be the bass player, just even if you just hit it one time while they're on the G chord, you get to participate in knowing that this part of the song is where we play G chord, and watch them change chords. And you don't even need any fingers in the E chord. If you play the 6th string, then you can participate. Just participating, even if you're only playing that one note, helps you develop so much. So if we get our G, the next chord is C, and if the only thing you do is play this one note, the next chord is D, and you can play the 4th string open. You don't have to make your whole G chord. That is a way you can participate, which is developing your musicianship. It's so good for you to participate in hearing the chord changes, knowing when they change, even if you don't get there on time. It's developing your musicianship. Let's see. And then the other really big thing, I'm going to record another whole lesson about this, is this is the most difficult thing, I think, for beginning musicians to do, and that is you have to try to do, in order to learn to play music, you have to try to do something that you can't do. And you have to keep trying until you can. And there are a lot of things we can do to make it easier and to help you be more successful. But we have to, the thing I'm leading up to is when we try and it sounds a little buzzy or something, you might have your fingers in the right place, and you might get there on time, and some of the strings are buzzing. You can spend some time analyzing your fingers and your position and trying to get a clean sound, but you also have to let it be. Do what Paul McCartney said and let it be. Keep playing your chords. This is how I learned F chord when I was a beginner. I just kept playing it, and it sounded terrible for the longest time, and then it sounded better, and I never knew why it started sounding better. Now I understand that there are things that happen subconsciously when we're learning new movements. It doesn't have to just be music. It happens for children, like say when they're hitting pots and pans with a wooden spoon. At first they're going to miss, and they're way too young to understand what they have to do different. But there's a feedback loop, and the brain makes adjustments, and it's subconscious, and it develops, and they eventually get good at hitting the pot, and they, whatever, might be 18 months old or 2 years old. But actually the same thing can happen with you if you just make your chord shapes, play your music, and let it be. So comments and questions are welcome. This lesson is a result of a question, so you can help a lot by by asking questions. You can help a lot by sharing and liking this video. If you're interested in the beginner guitar course, please go to www.everyonecanjam.com and sign up for my email list. When you do that, you'll get a link to my instruction page. There's some free instruction there, and there will eventually be information there about any courses I develop. It's a work in progress. So if you watch this 5 years from now, there'll be a bunch there. Right now in February of 2019, there's a little bit there. But your participation helps a lot. And let's see. I guess that's it for today. And have fun, letting it be and making chords, fingers on frets, and you will get there. You can do it.